What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another video, and I just want to get this out there right away. This video is being recorded on a PlayStation 4. It's being recorded on a PlayStation 4. I just bought a PlayStation 4 Pro yesterday. I just want to get this out there because I know there are people that saw the title and they're like, what? This guy's gonna hate on PlayStation 4. I'm gonna go in, dislike, hate, kill you, death threats. This is not what this is gonna be about. This video is going to be about what we gamers need in order to protect ourselves in the future, because there is definitely something wrong with this current generation of consoles. And I want to talk about that because the title, it's not clickbait, it's legit. I was seriously asking myself yesterday, is the PlayStation 4 the worst console that I have ever owned? And I've owned a lot, and so it definitely took a little bit of thinking, and it very well might be. But wait, let me tell you why I was thinking this, and then you can go ahead and crucify me at the end if you make it there. So as we talked about in Friday's video, my PlayStation was on the decline. I was having the disk ejection issue, and I might go ahead and throw in Overwatch. Before a match could be made, boom, disk ejected. I might be in the middle of a match, boom, disk ejected. I might get lucky. I might actually finish a match, disk ejected. It really didn't matter. I had no idea how long I was actually going to be playing for, and it didn't even matter if I was playing or not. I would go to work, I'd come home, boom, disk half ejected, and the drive is just spinning and spinning and spinning. Who knows for how many hours? I didn't even have to have a disk in. I started taking my disks out. I might watch Netflix, and then boom, beeping, whirring, just going on and on and on. Won't stop until I turn off the PlayStation 4. The PS4 was completely shot. It was just dead. And obviously having a system is pretty important for this, so I looked everywhere. I asked people on Twitter, I asked for their suggestions, I searched Google, I searched YouTube, I searched for everything. And I saw a number of different solutions. All of them were solutions that said they would work. We started with going ahead and removing the rubber foot, or making the PlayStation hang off the edge a little bit so the rubber foot didn't get connected and kind of hit the eject button. We heard about cleaning out the dust from the PlayStation, we worked on that. We heard about taking off the top of the PlayStation and tightening the screw, the manual ejection screw, but that was by far the worst possible thing, because that screw doesn't even connect or tighten to anything. It just floated around there. It did absolutely nothing. We also heard, of course, from PlayStation, they had the typical IT support answer of turning off your PlayStation all the way, unplugging it from the router, waiting for a few minutes, and then turning it on. None of that stuff ended up working. Again, my solution ended up being go out and buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. So I bought a PS4 Pro, and what are we in? February 2017? My white Destiny PlayStation 4 edition was bought in September 2014. So my PlayStation 4 didn't even last 3 years. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And let's go ahead back a generation. So I had a PlayStation 3 from launch, the 60GB PlayStation 3 from launch. That lasted me for 7 years. It was only right toward the end of its life cycle that I got the yellow light of death. That meant that I needed a new Blu-ray drive. So I ended up getting that just before I got my PlayStation 4, but that sucker lasted me 7 years. So that's obviously double what the PlayStation 4 lasted me. Double. And let's go back. I still have a functional PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, original Nintendo that I took over to my parents and hooked up on Christmas and fired it up. My original Nintendo still works, and my PlayStation 4 I bought not even 3 years ago is dead. How garbage is that? And I still have an Atari 800 XL computer that still works and plays games. But my PlayStation 4 I bought in 2014 dies in less than 3 years. How utter garbage and how utter horseshit is that? Seriously, we have to all think about this as gamers. How terrible is that I can go and take a Nintendo from the 80s to early 90s, plug it into a TV that works with it, fire it up, and play something like Mario 3 or Double Dragon 2 or Battletoads, something like that. I can go ahead and play that, but I can't even keep my PlayStation 4 in and keeping a disc in to play one single match of Overwatch less than 3 years after its release. That is crap. That's stuff that us gamers should not ever have to deal with. And it's not just the PlayStation. This whole console generation was garbage. It was garbage what we were given. We were basically given computers in our console, but the computers were built off of specs that are already outdated whenever they were released. In the age of the digital download, there is no way, no good reason why the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 should ever have shipped with 500 gigabyte hard drives. That's ridiculous. 1 terabyte should have been the minimum, which is what we're getting here in the PlayStation 4 Pro. So we were given kind of shoddy and cheap workmanship right away and charged the price saying, hey, this is our next generation of console. We were basically just bamboozled, and it was junk. And this is the stuff that gamers should not stand for, and I think we made a lot of noise whenever this stuff was coming out. Again, this video isn't telling you anything brand new, but it is putting a spin on it as we're moving towards our next generation of consoles. We should not have the same mistakes and same junk that we got in this generation. Now, let's also say something. If it wasn't for this PlayStation 4 generation, I would not have a YouTube channel. So even though I'm very, very harsh and very ticked off and pissed off about what's going on with my PlayStation 4 and me having to go ahead and shell out another $400 for a console that didn't last me 3 years, there are really good things with it. And one is just this ability to record your game footage and then go ahead and record audio over it and do all of this type of stuff. This is what helps to make my channel survive, and it's what helped me to create it, because it gave us creator tools right at the tip of our fingertips. That I love. I'm extremely supportive of that because it let a bunch of people who wanted to be creative and had something that they wanted to go ahead and say and share, just do it. You didn't have to go ahead and purchase additional hardware and technology and software. You were just able to do it with the console you already had, with the games you already had and wanted to play. So that was great. That was fantastic. But this other stuff? No, no, no. This is not stuff that we should sit for or stand for or whatever it is. This is definitely wrong. A game system should not need to be replaced 3 years after it was purchased. I know a lot of Xbox 360 users had the red ring of death countless times. Whenever I was talking about my PlayStation 3 hitting the yellow light of death, they were like, wow, in 7 years I've had to replace like 3 or 5 Xboxes in that time. Yeah, that's just as garbage. That is not stuff that people who spend their hard-earned money to enjoy this entertainment should have to put up with or deal with. We are not fountains of money. We're not. We don't expect to get products that just die this quickly. Whether it's new QA testing, whether it's just simply not putting out crap products using the cheapest means necessary to make sure you make a profit, whatever the case may be, gamers should not put up with this nonsense. Period. That's the end of the story. So I really want to hear some of your horror stories for consoles. I want to hear some of your horror stories, some of the things that you've had to deal with in the comment section below. Feel free to just let it out. Let it out. Let it be known that, you know what, you're a gamer, you love your games, you love your systems, you love your console gaming, but you want your console gaming to be better in the future. You do not want to have to just keep shoveling out for just basically crap hardware. That is not what you want as a gamer. So I definitely want to hear your horror stories below. I think it'll be really interesting, and I think it'll help me heal from this process, because I need to heal a little bit. I definitely need to heal. And the reason why I got a PlayStation 4 Pro, again, I've got everything on the PlayStation right now. I like the PlayStation. I like the PlayStation exclusives like God of War and Uncharted. I'm going to stick with it because of that, but I am not a happy camper. I've got my Nintendo. It's sitting in the wings. My Nintendo's like, yo, kid, tag me in. I want to get in. Nintendo, if you could record like the PlayStation can and you could do all that stuff, I would tag you in, buddy. I would tag you in. But right now, we're stuck with the PlayStation 4. Let's hope my PS4 Pro lasts at least until the PlayStation 5. Holy crap. Holy crap. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your PlayStation, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #Crapola.